Yo, welcome to Simple B. It's your boy P. You know what it is. Hit the subscribe button. Today we have a special guest, Shaquan Shaq Jules. How we doing? Welcome.
Good, man. Nice to meet you. Glad to have you.
So, okay, when did you start hooping? What age did you started to take this sport more serious? If you could put it that way.
Um, so I started around the age of 9, like 8 or 9, like one of the later ones to start.
Okay.
Um, my mom, I I thank her for getting the initiative and putting me in like the local league. I'm from Orlando, Florida, so I played
Okay.
in this thing called Junior Magics when I first started playing, and then from Junior Magics, I got into travel basketball. From travel
Yeah.
basketball, middle school, high school ball, and then honestly, like I started taking it serious. It sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
I kind of took it serious when I got my first college offer. So I mean,
Makes sense.
yeah,
Makes sense.
because for me, like I wasn't the most. I mean, how my game is, I'm very athletic. You know what I'm saying? So you see, like
Yeah.
athletes. You see when you see athletes, you know
Yeah.
why they on the court. So most of my life I've been the athletic guy. Growing up, the tallest guy. But as I got to college and stuff, I was like, yeah, the athlete on the team. And once I got my first offer, first
Yeah.
of all, I started in Division two. So I got two offers from two Division twos. My recruitment was pretty poor. I didn't have the greatest recruitment coming out of high school. Um,
Okay.
I spent 2 years at USC Aiken. Um, And then from USC Aiken, I transferred to Radford, Division One, and I spent my remainder of my college career there. And then just being, what I'm saying, we're taking the step from D2 to D1, it was for sure an adjustment, especially
Yeah.
with the coach that brought me in. And the coach that brought me in, he ended up leaving my first year after my first year, and then the coach staff
Yeah.
that came in after that, they for sure like helped me become a better ball player and and also a better man.
So, okay. So basically, exactly playing 1 year D2 and transition to D1. So you actually leveled up, if you can put it that way. So, and was the transition hard though? I mean, the level wise, if you can, yeah, if you can put it that way.
I mean, I wouldn't say the skill was like in terms of skill set, it wasn't that far off. I would just say like, cause it was the rapper is a low mid D1, so like, it's not like a big, like a Power Five school, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
like a Michigan or a
Exactly.
Duke or, it's not like that. It's just like it's a low mid in the Big South Conference.
Yes.
Um, It's, I mean, in terms of, what I'm saying, it's more money. It's more money, the exposure is bigger, you know what I'm saying? The teams you're playing, you know what I'm saying? You're playing on ESPN. There's these things that for sure count that, that differentiate it from D2. But I think in terms of skill set, it wasn't that much of a skill. Because in D2, there's a lot of guys in D2 that could hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But they just don't get that exposure to go D1. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how I kind of look at it. It's like who sees you and who you know. But it wasn't that big of a difference. I think in terms of just like I said, like money and just
Yeah.
structure, and just maybe just exposure. That's the biggest thing between D2 and D1. I feel like, and as you get, and like I said, if you go to like the bigger D1s, like the bigger the D1, the only thing I think changes is the bigs. The bigs are like 6'10", 6'11". You
Yeah.
see like people like Zach Edey and 7 foot. Like that's when
Exactly.
you're playing against a big. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's the biggest thing for sure.
So, did y'all out of those 3 years, was there any? Did y'all go to the playoffs? I mean, not my bad, March Madness, one of those years, or
March, man. I think my first year at Radford, we got knocked out semifinals.
yeah,
Second year, we got knocked out, I think, the quarterfinals. In my last year, we got knocked out the semifinals. And I think we got knocked out in the semifinals by the same team from my first year.
oh
I think
damn,
so.
tough, tough.
Yeah, so we just needed one more. I don't know. We got knocked out. I don't know if it was Winthrop or Campbell. I'm not sure, but Yeah, we just. I think one of the years I was one more. I just needed one more win. I'd have went dancing, but
Yeah.
I ain't. Sadly, I didn't get to go to March Madness, man.
No,
That thing
no,
changed lives, bro.
for real, for now, but it is what it is sometimes. But so, okay, so in your college career, for example, I don't ask this question that often, but sometimes it suits you, especially. I think you play D1. At the end of the day, when you know, the basketball ladder, if we can put it that way, is kind of like high school D1. Go to the draft. That's you know, that's the ultimate dream for everybody. But yeah, and you got to D1. And after you finish your 3 years, did you have, or in between there, did you have that moment where you started to think about the overseas game, or just take your game to overseas right away, or were you in between like draft, G League? Like what was your process basically after that?
So yeah. So my honestly, I didn't. I think like so going into my fifth year
Yeah,
because we had an extra year because of COVID and back in
exactly.
2020. I was going to my fifth year, and I remember I think before my fifth year I started, I played for the national team, the Virgin Islands national team. So I think I had
Yeah, I
left in the
saw that. I
summer.
saw that actually. Yeah, those.
Yeah. I think I had left for to play in what was it called? I should remember this. To play in the America Cup tournament in
Yes.
Brazil. So I left for there and then came back to school for the fall. And I remember I got like maybe an agent or two that kind of,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, was texting my phone and telling me, hey, this is so and so, and I kind of and I seen like I was like, okay, like, I'm getting attention from
I,
agents. Like, okay,
yeah.
somebody wants me after school's over. 'Cause I didn't have any going into my last year. I didn't know how it worked, like in terms of like
Yeah.
agents and whatever. And I guess I'll be real. Like I wasn't like a 20-10 player. I was like
No, I saw it.
a 10-7 or 9 and it wasn't. I wasn't my numbers didn't wow people.
Not the flashy
But
numbers, but you were out there still. Right.
right. But yeah. So going into my last year, I got some agents was hitting me up before the season, but like I guess it was too early. Fast forward after, I think we had got knocked out in the semifinals, and then we went to one last tournament in Florida where I ended my career in Florida, near my hometown, which is crazy.
Nice.
But that happened, and then I remember I had the slam dunk uh, contest with ESPN. Then I did some stuff with 2K. So I was kind of like, it was kind of
Okay.
like I was, I don't know, I feel like my mind was in so many other places because like
Yeah,
for a lot of people, like when you know when a certain chapter is closing, not just
of
basketball, but you
course.
kind of know when chapters are closing. Like it's like okay, this is over with. Like I guess I got to transition, whatever. I had so much. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot going on, and
Yeah.
it took me till now to process that, but I had a lot going on, and to realize like okay, overseas next because I had the 2K. Like I think when we ended
Yeah.
our when our conference tournament ended before March Madness, we got knocked out. I was like, dang, all right, my season's over. But then they said, oh, we're going to play in this extra tournament. So it got extended. So I'm like, okay, season's not over. So
Yeah.
we play in that. All right, we lose again. We're done. I'm like, all right, career's over. Then I hear, oh, you've been selected for the ESPN Slam Dunk contest. You know what I'm saying for the March Madness. So I
That
was in
just
the March Madness
for
celebrity All Star thing.
okay.
So
Dope.
yeah, so then I'm like, okay, I get to put my Radford uniform on again.
Yeah.
Then after that's done, then I get the 2K call. Oh, they want you to come to the studio, do some stuff with them, whatever. So I just kept like it just kept. I had so much stuff going on, so I wasn't thinking about that until like, of course, the 2K thing happened, and then I went had my graduation, and then I had agents calling me when I was still at Radford, and just
Yeah.
going through the process of these agents. They were just telling me like, hey yo, like they were just it kind of seemed like it was like college recruitment all over again. Like they're kind of
Yeah.
pitching to you why like they're the best agent for you and why you should go with them and their connections and longevity, stuff like that. And I remember I had I forgot the name of the agency. So I had my current agency right now.
Yeah.
I had I forgot the agency, but it's the agency whatever it's whatever agency Jamal Murray and like, I think it's like Jamal Murray and Dylan Brooks. That
Okay.
agency.
Okay.
Their agency hit me up, and I think like two or three other European agencies hit me up.
Okay.
And I remember like I was like, okay, like I got a good, I have a, I got plenty of agents hit me up. So I'm like, okay, cool. When it came to like, but in my mind, I didn't really have like a oh, I want to go to NBA or I want to go G League or when I
Yeah.
was younger. I think everyone when they're younger, you want to, of
Yeah, for
course,
sure.
like you're gonna dream NBA. Like NBA, that's the biggest level. Like of course, you make
Yeah.
the most money there, obviously. But once you get older and mature, and you kind of see how your career is panning out, and you kind of understand what's real and what's not.
Yes.
For me, I kind of just like I didn't really have like a like a route, like what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
actual pathway.
Exactly.
So these agents are telling me like, yeah, like we can, you're athletic, we can get you into, G League. You can try the G League route, or we can go overseas. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna say, hey, I kind of was just like leaving it into their hands based on which agency I went. But I was like, you know what, if you guys know best, like,
Yeah.
I'll go off what I'm saying, your opinion. But each agency, I think like when it came down to selecting my agents, I see like I graduated with my point guard, so we lived in the same apartment. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so we were on the same path, like we're at the same pace. So he had just finished his season. He was getting agents, I was getting agents. So we both were kind of like bouncing off each other, trying to figure out like what we were doing.
Hmm.
And I remember I told him I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, bro, I ain't trying to have no European agent, and they're speaking, and I ain't trying to diss nobody, but it's like
Yeah. No. No. I
my
get it.
preference was I didn't want to I don't want to have an agent where it's like I can't understand what he's saying, and I'm overseas, and then
Exactly.
I'm like something's going on, and I can't understand him, and I call my agent. And he's like saying that he sound like them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get out of here. Like I'm just, so
You
my
gotta
preference
have
was
someone
like,
you trust, man. At least.
right. Yeah, so I I went with I think the agency I'm with now, like it's an American agency,
Yeah.
and I just felt like that was the most logical thing for me. And being that my agent, he actually went to Radford, so he's an alumni
Yeah.
of Radford, my
Okay.
school. So like I kind of was like, okay, like shoot, I mean, when it comes down to it, he gonna make sure like his Radford guys are good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
and not knowing, and at the time I didn't know my agency was a big agency until I went to Georgia, and then they had some guys in Japan. When my first in Japan, they had guys over there. But when I went to Georgia, I was
Okay.
seeing many teams had the same like guys in my agency. I'm like, dang, and then like I'm hearing
Okay.
my teammates, my American teammates, like, yeah, like your agency kind of got some traction. Like I got guys in every market. I'm just like, oh, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I just signed. I signed because
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
my
Rest
agent
on you.
had the yeah, Radford guy, and
Hmm.
he had connects. Like if I want to go G League, he can make that call. If I wanted to go
Yeah.
to France, he can make the call. Like
Yeah.
they had the connection. So me going into my first year, I honestly had no idea until when I signed with my agency JCK. My agent, his name is Lynn Hahn. Um, he was like, yeah, like Shaq, like you fit good in Asian market like Japan, and I'm sitting there like, what? I'm like,
Okay.
Japan? Why would you? I said, do they even like black people over there? Like, I'm like, bro, because I never really left cross
Yeah.
border that far over the water. So I'm like, I'm a kid from Orlando. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I'm sitting there like, he's telling me on the phone. I'm just like,
Japan.
what? Japan? I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to go to Japan and be around none but like, you know what I'm
Oh
saying? And
shit.
I'm like, nah, bro, that's. But then he's like, nah, bro, like, the market over there is good. Like, you can double your money quick over there. Like, they love, like, your game fits that. And I'm just sitting there like, man, oh no. I was like, I don't know. And I told my mom, and you know what I'm saying? I kind of bounced off her and just got opinions from it. And I ended up taking that deal
Yeah.
to go to Japan. And went to Japan. Um, ended up I ended up loving it. Like I played there for I was on the first team I was on was called Shinagawa for
Okay.
about 6 months, and then I transferred to another team called Yamaguchi in the same league, and then I
Okay.
ended up leaving. I spent my first year in Japan. I was trying to go back, but I think Japan's a rising league, so they
Yeah,
have like a lot
exactly.
of
Now they getting more popular now.
NBA. Yeah, so like it's hard to get a job over there now. So then I had to go to Georgia, and my agent was telling me like it's kind of hard to cross from Asia to Europe because Europe doesn't, they don't respect Asian basketball like that. So I had to pretty much start in Georgia, and then I did my year in Georgia, and then signed this contract in Kosovo.
So let us let just slow down. So when you got to Japan, exactly that league is a rising league. To be honest, I didn't even know about that league like that till like 4 months ago. I was surprised. I watched the games, the finals, like
Yeah.
the quality, everything. The production was better than NBA low key. So,
They got money. They got
yeah,
money over there,
exactly. And it
bro.
makes sense,
Yeah.
bro. Those people they great with technology, if you put it that way. And
If you see an NBA guy, if you see an NBA guy disappear,
yeah.
one of the destinations is Japan. For sure.
Exactly. So I watched the finals actually, and no, so dope. Was it the first league or second that you played over there?
So there's three tiers. I was in the third tier, but I
Okay.
think the what's special about Japan is that you know how like each country in a
Yeah.
professional league there's different tiers, and
Exactly.
of course each tier has like a kind of like a ceiling to how much you can make.
Yeah.
Like the third tier, you maybe can make 1,000, but then you go
Yeah.
third. The second tier, you can make 3,000, but the top league is 3,000
Yeah.
to 10. But in
Exactly.
Japan, what's special is like these teams. Like if you're in the third tier,
Yeah.
the guy I'm guarding is probably making 15,000, 15K right next to me.
Exactly.
You
So
see what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, there's small market teams, of course, where
yeah,
you'll
but
see like
still.
the lower ones. But yeah, it don't matter. Like that's why like if you play B3, B2, B1, like well B1 of course you're making crazy money.
Yeah.
B2 same. B3 yeah like you can still make 10 plus in B3. So that's why people are killing themselves to go like if you talk to any guy that played in Japan, they will not say anything bad about it. They will never diss Japan.
No,
You
no,
know what I'm
they're
saying?
like that, bro. Their country itself is on the rise. Like Japan is lit right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
It's clean.
yeah,
They
super
mind their
clean.
business. They robotic. You know what I'm saying? They
Exactly.
be in a straight line, but and you look at it like what? That made no sense. But that's why their country's top 15 and safest in the world. You see
Exactly.
what I'm saying? It works for them. So yeah,
So how
it's for
was the
sure. Yeah.
level? If you go, yeah, exactly. How's the level that they
In Japan,
competitive? Yeah,
it was good competition. I think the locals, the Japanese, they real good. They're good. I had on my team, we for sure had guys like I wouldn't say like my locals weren't the best,
yeah,
but I for sure know they for sure they fought every night. They fought.
yeah.
One thing they do is they will fight. They'll give their
Exactly.
heart. They'll hustle. They they for sure they were good. The locals were good. I mean, of course, like but in Japan, like how it works is Japanese are not that tall.
No,
So
exactly. They move
yeah, so
different.
what so how that yeah, so in that league they really want when they're signing players, Americans, they want guys 6'7" and above. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they want like
Exactly.
they're trying to fill the forward spots. The Japanese have the guard spots unlocked.
Yeah,
You'll see a couple. You're gonna see a couple Americans at guard spots on certain teams, but that's only the teams with money. And of course, like
yeah.
they'll have a naturalized player, and then they'll have like they're stacked. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I think like in terms of like American competition, there's like I said, I was playing guys from
You still guarding
you
top
play high
top
D1,
guys.
yeah, high D1 to
Exactly.
high, mid, low. Couple of D2 guys that have made a living out there, career. There's a guy named his name's AJ Gaines. He plays for a team called Kagashiba
I think I
Rebellion.
seen his
He
name actually.
yeah, he plays D2. He played D2, but that man is like that
See,
guy
that's
for his
actually
team.
for one thing that you mentioned before we started recording. That's what people don't understand now. Basketball is so big, and all these countries trying to catch up. So even though if you don't play in a top ranked league, for a guy like you, for example, still you're import. So you're gonna have to guard another import on another team. So in a
Yeah,
way, you're still playing top. You still, I mean, your matchup
right.
is a top competition anyway,
Yeah,
right?
because people don't understand. People don't understand. It's like it's like so we all okay. So let's say we all from all American. We all from the states.
Yeah.
We all play college basketball. Like what I noticed and realized and it kind of amazed me when I kind of connect the dots is like there could be a guy. I could have been at. I was at Radford, low mid,
Yeah,
right? And this guy at Vanderbilt, high D1,
exactly.
like one like that. Of course, like that separated us when it came to college basketball. Once we went over those across the waters, we could be in the same league. We're playing
Exactly.
against each other now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like now the field's even. It's like
Yeah,
we're all, you know what I'm saying, starting from the same the height. Like
that's
it
facts.
just, yeah, it made me be like, dang, like this overseas thing is like, because I'm playing against. I went from we're not in the same conference to now we're in the same league and now we're guarding each other. So like
Exactly.
these kind of imports, like the locals may not know in that country who they are, but like, of
Exactly.
course we're from the states. We know who each other are, and like a lot of how basketball is. Like basketball, like if you play basketball, it's like a very close circle. But like it's small. The
Yeah.
world's smaller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like the handprint thing. Like I don't know if you ever heard of the handprint. It's like if I know, like basically, like I know LeBron because
Exactly.
my travel team my travel ball teammate was Anthony Simmons. So like of course he's
Exactly.
met LeBron. So like I kind of know in a way know LeBron. It's like the
Of
handprint
course.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's true.
like yeah. So like we all have either we know each other or have an idea of each other,
No,
and
that's
it's just
facts.
crazy.
Now, so okay, so just quick, because you switched or you transferred to another team or a trade, but where did the team end up? Like the yeah, the regular season. How did it go for the team though? Because I think it sounds like it went well for you.
So the first team I was on, I think they didn't make the playoffs, and then the second
Yeah,
team I went to, they were contending,
yeah,
but they were trying to get there. But I think by the time I got there, you know,
yeah.
they had already played most of their games, and like I think the rest of the games they had were like top hitters. You
Oh,
see what I'm
okay.
saying? Like so, I
But
came in. There was not much I could. There was so much
just
I could
show
do.
up for
You see what I'm
yourself,
saying?
do your thing
Right? Yeah.
basically.
I came in just to fill a void, and you know what I'm saying? Just do what I could
Yeah.
as the season was winding down.
But
But
so okay, dope. So let's jump to Georgia. Like you just mentioned, you made actually a unique transition from Asia to Europe because it is a thing that people go like going from Europe to Asia is different than exactly Asia to Europe.
yeah.
So I watch your footage from Georgia. God damn. I
Yeah.
was like,
Man.
what the fuck is he doing in this league? I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it looked like you killed out there, man. Straight up, and it's a
Yeah.
good league. That's a league too that is not really top ranked, but it's good
A lot of
basketball over
Americans
there.
go there. A lot of Americans go
Exactly,
there. A lot of Americans. Yeah.
it's a great
Yeah.
basketball over there, and yeah. So how did the season go for the team? Basically, how was the team?
So, yeah, I played for
How did you end
VSA.
up
They
there?
were
Sorry, of all countries.
up there. Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, like, so I had so when I left Japan, and I kind of was because Japan their market kind of ended early, so like they kind of
yeah,
send out their deals to guys like I think like in Europe you start deals get sent out to guys like in like July, end of July, August.
yeah.
Japan is like June. Like they send their deal up. They sign guys in June
Early.
and they're done by July, locked in good.
Okay.
So once June came by and I realized I was like, yeah, I'm not getting any looks in Japan, and we had to
Yeah.
kind of like you know go to another market, which was Europe. I had like I think I had the options I had were Georgia, Belgium. I think I had I think I had Finland, and
Okay.
Azerbaijan or Azerbaijan
Okay.
too. And then I ended up going with Georgia. I think like it made sense. I think like the team. I think going into it, the team kind of the coach expressed that he really wanted me there. And of course, I think they showed that they wanted me there. But they kind of I think at first they kind of lowballed me.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm not going there. 'Cause I think Belgium is a straight league, but I think like they kind of just the offer was just too low for me. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
I can't even accept that. I told my agent, I said, yo, like where my life is right now, bro, I can't even
I
take
need a real
that
deal.
hit financially. Yeah. So my agent understood that, you know, and then he pretty much told me, you know, Georgia really wants you, their team. The coach expressed, you know, he likes your game, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And then like they came back double, you know what I'm saying? They not double, but they increased the offer,
Yeah.
which kind of showed that they really wanted me. And I kind of Talked to the coach on the phone. He kind of told me his vision of what he thinks I could do in the offense and I could, whatever. And I think I ended up going with them. So then I went there, and I think the team had just came from the second division, second league, second
Okay.
tier. They won the championship, the whole thing, moved up,
Yeah.
and it was one of those teams that had I was the only one of the team that had the money. They had money,
Yeah.
so their expectations, like certain teams, there's certain teams in the league where it's the top contenders. Like they're like, we need to win every game, or we need to be, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, we like it's not make the playoffs, it's win the whole thing. So
Exactly.
every team is, every team had different expectations. And I
Of
was on the
course.
team that was like, they were like, we need to win everything. So it was for sure pressure, what I'm saying, for a good amount of the season, which
Yeah.
I didn't really let bother me like that. But they for sure wanted us to win, like every game. And we ended up, I think we won. I think we lost like maybe 5 or 6 games. I think 5 or 6 or something like that. And then we
I
ended
actually
up
saw. I think it was. Yeah, it was exactly around that 6, max 7.
something
I
like
think.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, and I think we finished second place and got knocked out, but we got knocked out in the quarterfinals. So, but
damn.
we were dealing with injuries
Okay.
and rotations and stuff. But by that time, I'm not gonna lie, like I was gassed. My body was gassed. Playing 30 plus minutes, it was
Yeah.
just, yeah, we kind of burnt out at the end. But yeah, we finished okay.
So how was that adjustment for you? So at least you got a little taste of overseas. This different rules. I mean, the court is a little smaller, which you already experienced in Japan. But at least, I mean, in that league, guys are a little smaller. But now you got to. I'm not gonna say the real overseas. I mean, Europe basketball, one of the highest levels. Like, did you feel like it was hard adjusting because, bro, over here, bro, they can call travel just, wrong pivot foot or even the right pivot foot,
Yeah,
but it's like, it's different.
yeah.
So, how was it
Like,
for you since you're an athlete too, like, especially?
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't honestly. I didn't really have that much trouble adjusting.
Okay,
Not
cool.
to, like I said, I'm an athlete, so I think athletes adapt no matter what situation they're in. So I think like it didn't really affect me that much. Of course, like the locals are bigger than
Yeah.
the Japanese, of course, But other than the size, I think the size had no, what I'm saying, it had no effect on my game.
I'm thinking you
It
actually
kind of
played the
made me,
FIBA World with the Virgin Islands, then you probably. So you actually, yeah, you've been around
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
rules.
yeah, yeah. So we played, yeah. So I played FIBA, so we played in the Americas, so we play like the Central American countries, and then we played South
Yeah.
America. I played against Compazzo in Argentina.
Oh
So those
shit.
guys, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So those guys, like I'm talking about like there's levels to basketball. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you that it's for show levels. Like you could be average, good, great,
Great.
and you just like God. Like I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, that Argentina team, they for sure. And I was still in college when I played them, so like that
Sharp.
was like it was an awakening for sure. But yeah, I think FIBA for sure helped me prepare for
Yeah.
Europe in a way. Um, but I don't think it was much in terms of like the officiating and just like the locals. I didn't think it was that much of an issue because like I said, like it's different for me. 'Cause I'm an athlete, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna get it done regardless. But
Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, from the highlights I saw, man, yeah, exactly. Yeah, nobody was basically trying to contest the dunks, but he literally
yeah,
dunked on everybody. Like, no, it looked ridiculous. I was like, okay. I mean, I can see the way your career is gonna trend, man. You will go upwards for sure, man, because now
yeah,
you just touch Europe and Georgia went well, and now you're in Kosovo, right? Exactly.
right.
So, how's the season going so far over there? Have y'all started playing?
Yeah, so we had our first game about I think 2 weeks ago. Our first game, we lost. I think we just had a friendly game in Macedonia. I think they pronounce it Macedonia.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um, like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Um, our team is looking. We look we look promising. We just need to kind of iron out just like little
Yeah.
details, just like lower rotations, rebound down, like little things that what I'm saying win games. But I think we have the tools to really go far. I think that the team's goal this year is they're trying to make the they're trying to make the playoffs.
Okay.
You know, of course, me, I'm like, I'm not trying to make the playoffs. I'm trying to win the whole thing. That's my mindset.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
for
I
sure.
really play. But you know, it's a good team, great coach, great management. You know, I really,
No, it's a great league. No, it's a great league over there.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's the fan. I've seen the fans and the fans go crazy over here. I'm not gonna lie.
it is one
It's
of those,
a
right?
Yeah, it's one of these countries, bro. Like we went to Macedonia to
Yeah,
play a friendly in this tournament, a couple friendly games in the tournament. I think like
yeah.
almost a month ago, and like we walk in the gym, and it's like people at the nosebleeds up in the stands, and they just it's dudes got their shirts off, paint.
Friendly
You know what I'm
game.
saying? Yeah, friendly game. I'm talking about friendly game. Like it ain't even. They say, I'm like, bro,
It don't
we
matter
don't
like
even
that.
count the Jose record. Like, why y'all? You know what I'm saying? But
Nah, that's
like,
dope.
yeah, like they yelling, doing chants, and I promise you, I promise, shit you not, bro.
Yeah.
They did not shut up. They didn't shut up till like the game was done. Like it's the fan support out here is they go crazy. They die hard for their teams.
And
I'll
you're
tell
a
you
big
that.
guy too. You gotta call out screens. The guard's probably not hearing shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's the big thing. Like you can't
Yeah.
when you can't hear your teammates or the coach,
Yeah.
that's when you like, yeah, y'all
Okay.
gotta be connected to
Yeah.
show the team.
Exactly. That
But
just says something itself that like with the level of playing in Europe or playing in in these type of countries. It's like exactly the team gotta be so synced that basically exactly y'all gotta just be able to move basically defensive at least without talking, right?
yeah,
If it's a screen, you already know
yeah.
what's going on. But
Exactly. Y'all gotta know the game plan. Y'all gotta know what's
yeah,
up. Like muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? Get your spot,
exactly.
rotate, drop, seal down, all that. Yeah.
Nah, nah,
Like
nah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them connected teams, but we we did okay. We did okay out there. But
Oh,
yeah.
good. No, no, it looks no. Yeah, I'm gonna follow the season. I think, yeah, it's gonna be actually interesting to see how it goes. And you just make sure you stay healthy because yeah, you'll be dunking on basically right now. Yeah, you look athletic.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
basically, do you have any just quick like something shocking for you experience just play when you came to Europe? It can be Georgia. No, yeah, basically in Georgia because Georgia is a little. I know the basketball atmosphere. Sometimes you say you play with a club that have money, but I know it can be a little different out there
Yeah,
than it
yeah, yeah.
was.
You want it like an experience like I've
Yeah,
had?
yeah, yeah. From in Georgia, I know because
In
I know that
Georgia?
country is. Maybe you did have you probably had some amazing. So I know some guys practice in gyms with no air condition in the or no heat in the winters. Shit like
Yeah, yeah. I have some in Georgia. Let me think. What happened in Georgia? Um,
or Japan.
I
Or Japan,
ain't
of
gonna
course.
lie. I think we was for sure like we were in the best situation in Georgia. I think like
Okay.
our home gym. So in Georgia, they don't have like so it's kind of weird. Like the league is scattered. Like, the teams are scattered,
Yeah.
and like so if you're in a city where this is the basketball team and it's like far away from the main capital, like
Yeah.
you have your own gym for sure.
Okay.
But our team is in the capital city of Tbilisi, so we
Okay.
had all the teams that were in Tbilisi. They
Yeah.
shared gyms. You see
Okay,
what I'm
you're one of
saying?
those things. Exactly. I heard that. Yeah, exactly that type of system.
Yes,
If you put it.
well, we were fortunate. So our gym, so where my apartment was right across from our home gym, so that was our
Oh,
gym.
okay.
But some teams had to use our gym. You see
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
Right. And then like a lot of so in Tbilisi, like we were the only so we were the it was only two teams that had their own gym. It was us and a team called TSU. And the TSU team, they used the big arena in Tbilisi. So
Oh,
what happened was most of the teams that were in Tbilisi, they would
yeah.
use the TSU gym because that was the only other gym.
Yeah,
It makes
yeah, yeah.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Right, yeah, yeah. So it was well I just didn't like so sometimes so if we had
Ooh. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. No, no, all good. Keep going.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we had like an away game
Yeah.
like versus like Batumi, which is like on the I think going like the west side of Georgia, like we had to drive 4 or 5 hours, and we would drive 4 or 5 hour drive, and I think some people say that's nothing, but to me I'm like that's a lot, like but
No, no, it is a
4 or 5 hour
drive,
drive,
man.
had to play and had to either play them, go back the same day. Like, The crazy, no, the crazy thing about Georgia is like, no, you would drive the day. Like, I think some teams, we weren't one of them, but some teams will drive. So I think we had a team called Orby.
Yeah.
They would drive to their home game. So like wherever, so how Georgia's league is wherever whatever sponsors you get money from, you would have
Yeah.
your home team is based out of there. So they would drive an hour and a half away to their home game.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. So like that would we all driving
Yeah.
to their home gym. And of course it's a small town, so
Yeah.
their games are popping because like there's nothing else in the town but
Yeah.
basketball. But that was one thing I remember. Like that was it's like I didn't like that. The organization of the league was just like, yeah, a home team would they also will be driving to their home game, which is crazy. But that was the only thing I didn't like. The structure of it wasn't the best, but hey, I did my bid. I
Yeah,
did my
like,
year
you
and
did your year. You actually got through the year too. So it ain't many guys. Some guys. I mean, you already been to Japan, but some guys can't last. Weeks.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
especially going to those countries. It's winters, cold as hell.
Yeah,
So
overseas. Hey man, I'll tell you, being from the States, bro,
yeah,
like
and you're from
you gotta
Orlando too,
be
right? So
Orlando, yeah, from Orlando. So imagine my shift. The culture shock was crazy going from
yeah,
here to Japan and then to Georgia. But
uh,
I think
like
like you gotta have that mind. Like, you can't. I don't think people throw around like being a professional athlete, and even if you stay in the States and play NBA G League or whatever, like just being a pro athlete, like people throw it around like it's nothing, but like
exactly, they don't get
people
it.
don't know exactly what it is to really be a pro athlete. Like it's you gotta be like it's not just on the court and just what I'm saying being good. It's like okay the bus is late 4 hours and you got 30 minutes to warm up on the court. That's being a pro. You gotta be a
Playoff
pro
game.
athlete for that.
Exactly.
Right, playoff game. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah,
Um,
exactly. It's
uh,
different. Mental, yeah,
right.
mental aspect of being a professional athlete, yeah, it's so underrated. I mean, listen, people can have corporate jobs, whatever, and super education, but yeah, being a professional athlete, in a way, might be one of the hardest things to do because at the end of the day,
For sure. You gotta be flexible.
your body gotta go out there perform too. So it's not like,
You
yeah,
gotta go
you,
out and perform. You're away from home. You got problems back home, and you're not near them. But then also you got your coach telling you a play that you don't understand. You don't even understand what he's saying, but you got to get the plays down pat, and then
yeah,
you come back
exactly. I can
home
imagine that
and
stuff. Exactly, and the pressure too from being American. Because one reason why I do it is too is, I played with a bunch of Americans against with, and most of them have treated. Some of them be treated fair, and some of them is being really unfair treatment for no reason.
yeah,
And it's like exactly, and you come in, bro. And no matter what's going on, somewhere somehow you gotta give your 15 and 10, like right. If you don't give that 15 and 10, even if the team or the coach is bad, bro, the coach might be terrible, but all you got teammates are playing terrible, but they will still look at you like, yo, I mean,
they look at you. Yeah, they look at it.
exactly.
Americans I think everyone that plays overseas, like like the Americans are the first to go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The
exactly.
players first to go because you can swap them out easy. You know what I'm saying? We're easy. Swap them out, get new guys, send them in, whatever. Like we're the first to go. Locals,
Exactly.
you don't really trade locals because like I mean, who else? What other
Nah,
locals can you
exactly.
get? Especially if you're like a decent local in your country, they're not going to trade you out. They're stupid. If they do that. They probably and then maybe they look at the coach. They probably look at the coach next, then the local. But you know what I'm saying? Like the Americans are the
Yeah,
first to go,
yeah,
so it's cutthroat for
exactly.
Americans. And like in Georgia, like
Yeah.
I had three teammates. Three teammates got fired
Oh shit,
on my team.
exactly. So you
Got fired,
you
bro.
you seen it exactly.
I seen it. Like I'm talking about, like they got fired. Like every day, I'm dapping up a new guy. Yo, what's up, man? Scoring.
Yeah,
We got this. Yo, what's up, man? Scoring.
and then
And then
back me
next week,
out.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm not doing this no more, bro. You my 13th teammate this season.
No,
Like you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like yeah,
I actually had a season I remember too, man. Like, I swear, they were swapping Americas, were switches left and right. After a while, I was like, "Yo, hold on, man. Can we just stick to one and actually, force ourselves to
right.
make it work?" And we did. I swear. I think I think they sent home one. They sent him home after like in the preseason, bro. Like I was like, what the fuck, bro? We have it. I was like, because some guys may need just are not that great in preseason, and then when they get to the season, I don't know, they turn it on a different way. And one got sent home in the preseason, and the other one came, and after 3-4 weeks, he got sent home. I was like, yo, man, I'm trying to do something, because I mean, still in the country I'm in right now, Norway. I still had an import rule or import role as well. So I was like, yo, we're trying to do something, but y'all keep firing niggas like, what the fuck is
Yeah. Y'all keep like, it's like, damn, like, can we like try to build some chemistry?
yeah, I
Like,
mean, exactly.
I'll tell
Let's
you,
get something.
like right now, I'll tell you right now, like we've already got rid of two guys. We already
Oh,
did that,
damn, exactly. So,
and we play. I think they got rid of him in preseason. And I'm just like, it just reminds you, like, dang, like, we the first
because
ones to go for real. Like,
no
it just
matter what,
happens that quick. And
you
it's
gotta
just like, at
stay.
this point, it's like, yeah, it makes you, like, I love playing basketball, but it just,
No,
it
it
just,
is.
those
I
type of
get it.
situations remind you that it's a business. It
Yeah,
reminds you. And it's like,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? It's the way things happen. It's just like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? But, it's a business. I tell myself just control what I can control. And
Yeah,
that's all you can do. Like sometimes it's out of control. Like I was in Japan. I got traded to the next team in Japan. Didn't know what I was doing. I was averaging like 16 and like 9. And I'm
exactly.
confused. Like, I'm like, why am I leaving?
Good
But
numbers.
they're saying like, oh, they're like this NBA guy's coming in. He got drafted in 2010. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah,
There's nothing I can do. I couldn't control
exactly,
that. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is a business. That's the
So
funny part. I mean, as a hooper, while you're in it, you can't think of it as a business because it will be just weird getting through seasons because you gotta wake up and do your
yeah,
morning. I mean, you gotta do your routines or whatever you got going on every day, right? So, and thinking of it as a business every day is gonna mess it up. So you just got. I mean, you have to have fun with it. And to be honest, for me, I didn't start enjoying playing basketball. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it didn't really start loving it more and enjoying it I got like now I'm 34, but when I retired last year I was 30, or December I was 33. But when I was at 27, 26, 27, that's when I started to enjoy it a little bit more
yeah,
because
right.
exactly just being around that pressure of guys getting fired, they're playing late salaries, whatever, late paycheck, all that. It's a lot of stuff that goes into this.
That big cut though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that big cut though. I ain't gonna lie.
but you gotta stay
Yeah, it's
sharp. Like you
yeah
guys
for
say.
sure.
So listen, I mean, before we wrap up, I just saw. Oh, you mentioned it too in the beginning, but if we can talk about it a little bit, I mean, 2K is 2K at the end of the day, man. You actually got to participate. I
Yeah,
didn't know that
yeah.
part. I saw it right before we started. Looking at Instagram, and then you mentioned it. How did you get into? Or how did you get that gig to work on 2K? Because that's
It was,
it's low key dream.
but it was,
You know.
yeah, I know. It was the most randomest thing ever. I promise you. So I
Yeah.
remember I told you I did ESPN Slam Dunk,
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
was during March. That's like during it's one of the March Madness events. So
Yeah,
March Madness, everybody is tuned in
yeah,
to
exactly.
watch that basketball, to
Yeah,
watch basketball from around the world. So
yeah.
I was at that event, and mind you, like that was like the slam dunk contest. That was like one of the
Uh, yeah,
yeah,
nah,
my
I got,
fault, my fault.
yeah, I got you.
But yeah. So that's one of the like the biggest, one of the besides the March Madness games. That's like one of the bigger events, and like the stand up contest. It's
Yeah,
like just you.
exactly.
So I went all the way to the finals, and like of course, like the more the further you make it is like what I'm saying, like the more the more attention you're
Yeah,
getting.
of course.
So as I got to the finals, and then after that was finished, I was heading back on a flight back to Radford, and I think I was in the airport, and it was like 7 a.m. or I think like 7. I forgot what time it was. I think like
Yeah,
it had to be. It was in the morning. I remember it was the morning.
yeah,
And I look at my phone, and something told me to look at my DMs. So I look at my DMs, and I see this like this random guy, random white guy, and
yeah.
I see he's like, hey, this is I should remember his name. You know what I'm saying? I forgot his name, but he was like, hey, this is so and so from 2K Studios. Saw you last night in the March Madness Slam Dunk. Like, would love for you to come in the studio for 2K. And I'm sitting there like, it's early, so I'm sitting there like,
What the
Right?
hell is cool?
Like, what? You're talking about 2K, or what do you? I'm like,
Fake.
why they trying to scam me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, no, I ain't
Yeah.
about to go. I'm not going for that. So then I texted him. I'm like, yo, I was like, hey, how you doing? Shaquan, whatever, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, we could set it up. I'm like, I'm not thinking much. I'm like, whatever. Scam. He said, okay, cool. I'm gonna get you in touch with my agent. My agent's at 2K. And I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Okay, you really trying to sell this scam? So then, he comes back to me. He's like, hey, my agent, my casting agent's gonna email you. I'm
Yeah.
sitting there like, okay. So now I get back to Radford. I get a couple emails. I forgot the woman's name, but she's like, hey, Shaquan, this is so and so from 2K Studios. And I'm looking at the bottom of their emails, like
Yeah.
2K Studios, this and that, and like the watermarks. And
Oh,
I'm
dude.
sitting there
Oh
like,
shit.
I'm like, oh, this is for real. I'm like, oh my god. So
Fuck
then
is
I'm like, oh, I
that?
said, I went from this to strain my posture. You know what I'm saying? I strained
Exactly.
my
Straight.
posture. I'm like, hold on,
Hold
let
up.
me let me really act serious. So then,
Yeah.
we go back and forth, we text, whatever. They're like, okay, yeah. So what's the best time for you to fly out? And I'm like, I mean, I said, shoot, tonight. I don't know. I'm like, I'll do it
Shit, I
right
got
now.
time.
I'll do it right now. You know what I'm saying? So then she's like, okay, we'll fly out this date, that day. You come in, you get a rental car, you're Sheridan Hotel, whatever. I think their studios are in Petaluma, California. That's the mocap studio, motion
Yeah.
capture. So it was in Petaluma, California, which is like an hour outside of San Francisco. So
Okay.
like I pretty much they flew me in. I went and um, I came in. It was like a morning session, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I think I got there. How do you explain it? It was like on some movie stuff. Like I felt like I was an actor. I walked in. It was like yellow when you walk in. It was like when you go to the building.
Yeah.
It's like a I don't know how to explain it. It looks like a random building in like a industrial
Okay. Yeah.
um
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
get close to the building and then you kind of look because the windows are tinted.
Yeah.
So when you get close to the building, you look in the window, you can see the 2K TVs all over. And I'm like, oh my God, they hiding in plain sight. That's crazy.
Oh,
It's right here.
that.
So I walk in and they kind of lead me through it. All right, like, hey, like, this is 2K Studios, like this and that. If you ever get lost in studios, look at the green line. You're green. Just follow your green line. You can find your way back to whatever. I'm just like, what the?
Okay.
I'm
So.
sitting there like, am I gonna read Ronnie 2K? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, who am I running
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Exactly. Were you
um,
there?
yeah. So, nah, he wasn't there. He wasn't
Yeah.
there. But so
Busy
I
man.
go. Yeah. So I go to my like dressing. I had like a dressing room,
Yeah.
and then I had to put on the tight black suit. And they had to
Exactly.
like put all the little I forgot the styrofoam ball thingies. That took forever because they had to make sure like it was collaborated right for the system in the 2K Studio system or whatever.
Yeah.
That took a minute. I had to I put the cap over my head. I had to pick my shoes, and then we hit the court. And then the court was just like it was not a real court. It was like a tech. It had like technology in the court.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a
No.
court, like you know what I'm saying. It was like kind of like a flat kind of not. It wasn't really bouncy, so it was kind of low key was kind of hard for me to jump a little bit. I still jumped, but
Yeah.
it was kind of a little bit harder. And I had like a coach that would lead me through all the dunks that they wanted me to recreate. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And of course, they were like, if you have any other dunks you do, like, let's put that in there. And how it was, you know, all they needed. So when he would tell me to do a dunk, I guess the rim was censored. So like, all they needed was for the ball to go above the rim. And of
Okay.
course, they could work their magic and in
Yeah.
the game they can make it go in. But like, they just needed the motion. Like, if I could do a 360 windmill, whatever, between a leg,
Yeah.
but then the ball goes above the rim, it's cool. So
Okay. So you didn't have to
yeah,
make every dunk
you
basically,
didn't have to make it, but of
but at
course, if you
least
want to make it,
you gotta be on top of the rim. Yeah.
above the rim. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they would just. I mean, I was there for like I would do, but it got tiring because if they told me to do a dunk, right, they wanted me to do it like 3, 4 times.
Yeah. I
Then we
mean.
move on to the next dunk, 3, 4 times, and then you see what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Yeah.
nah, this ain't this Hollywood stuff. This ain't for
Listen,
me, bro. I'm
I
a
ain't gonna lie.
hooper.
Listen, I was an athlete too, so I get that part.
Yeah, yeah. So
uh,
I'm like, nah, bro.
bro,
This ain't what I was.
we had like
It
two
it
of
got
those.
tiring.
Nice.
Right, it got tiring, but it was a cool experience. Like
Yeah.
shoot, walking in, we all grew up on 2K. So walking in the studio, like one little small little thing was I walked in and like the soundtrack they're playing is like old 2K songs from all the 2Ks together.
Oh,
So I'm in the studio and I'm hearing a song and I'm like, is this was 2K15? And like
yeah,
the team up top, so they're all watching me. It's like a whole team. Like when I'm
yeah.
on the court, it's a whole team of them, like a bunch of
Okay.
them. It's like I'm in a lab or some shit like that. Like, I have like shit next to me, and
Yeah.
they're all tracking my vitals and shit. That's how it felt. But I kind of asked. I said, "Is this song from 2K16?" And they're like, "Yeah, it is." And I was like,
All 2K
"Y'all play
Studio,
it, it was
literally.
yeah, it was crazy. Like it blew my mind because like certain developers, they put certain developers in the game as
Yeah.
fans, and I was watching the developers right here tracking my body, and I'm just like, yo, this is insane.
Wow.
Like, it was a surreal moment for sure. Like, it was a cool moment. They covered my hotel, rental car, like all that stuff. They paid me, of course.
Yeah.
Um, but like, it was a cool experience. Though. I enjoyed it. I for sure was. When I got back to school, I was definitely for sure the man. They was like, "Boy, you did too." My team was like, "Boy, you did too,
That's kind of unreal, man.
Yeah.
Going, I mean, they didn't go back to school after the 2K. That's
Yeah, reality, reality. Yeah, I
yeah.
got to graduate. I had graduation, so I had to get ready for that. I was like, dang, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying? But
that but at least okay. Well, it's at least senior year, so it's a little. But it's a weird.
yeah,
That's a weird switch, though. If we can put it that way.
I
Because
know.
I don't know. I mean, not. I mean, I heard some talk to another guy that was in 2K before, but it's not that many guys that I know that was still in college during the two. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
super dope.
Nah, for sure. So that's why I said like my career, like I never like even if I was I couldn't even think about like what am I gonna do next after basketball? Because my basketball career, like my college career, was still going. Like
Yeah,
when I finished when we got knocked out the conference tournament. Like
yeah,
they were like, okay, we're going to this next tournament in Florida,
exactly.
the CBI tournament. Then I was like, okay, cool. Then after that ended, then I had the March Madness slam dunk contest. Then I was like, okay, now I focus on that. After that ended, I had 2K. Um,
So you were on the move
my
all the
career,
time.
yeah, on the move. So I never had time to really think about like what's next after basketball? What country or what country do I want to play in? You know what I'm saying?
But that's how
And
that's
in
how
the
it
midst of
be.
that,
That's the
yeah,
funny thing with
yeah.
basketball. Like you don't have. I mean, some guys get the time, but you don't really get it when you, at least when you have it.
Yeah,
So,
stuff is random and like I'm on. I think I remember. I actually remember I was on a Zoom call in I was in Texas where the March Madness was. I was in Texas on a Zoom call with one of the agents that was giving me a pitch.
yeah,
So I had not gonna lie, I had a lot. I did have a lot going on. Not gonna lie. My last year, towards the end of my last year, but like I said, it's a
it's
blessing.
working out. It's
If
working out right
yeah,
now.
so
You're
I
on the
think yeah,
right
I'm
path.
for sure. Yeah, I'm for sure blessed. Basketball's for sure did a lot for me. Relationships, paid for school. It's brought me to countries. You know what I'm saying to help me.
No, it's gonna give you
Gain
more.
financial stability. Yeah.
You're in your
So
year
I'm thankful.
3 as a pro, so no, it's a lot. Yeah, you have. Now it's a lot you're gonna experience, and you just gotta keep looking forward. I mean, keep working, and yeah, keep doing your thing. But I just ain't gonna lie when it comes to. I think we got a great episode in this one. Man, it's been great having you, and nah, really dope,
Thank
man. To be honest, I don't really. I'm kind of speechless. I mean, it's great stories, and
you.
for the younger audience out there, or at least my younger subscribers, they keep follow. I mean, follow him. Follow Shaquan on Instagram. I can say right now, he's trending upwards. So it's gonna be. I think I know where he's going. I can feel it, since at least from watching. So it's gonna be fun to see where you are in 3 years. You're gonna be there. You're
Appreciate you.
gonna be there, man. For